So, today we are going to do something very degenerate, but with anime that happens a lot. I have had these for a long time, and I have been going through some of my stuff that I don't have displayed, and I've been trying to find ways to display it or get rid of it so that it is being used some way or the other. And I have 4 things that I have had for a long time, but I wanted to find a way to display them because I do not want to get rid of them. And they are these mouse pads from Rent a Girlfriend. They're the only mouse pads they have made of this series, and they're quite well endowed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something pretty dumb. I don't like a raised mouse pad. I know that they say it's better for your wrist. It's better. It makes your whatever better. I don't like that. I have a flat, big mouse pad here that you see now of Attack on Titan. I've had this for a few months now. I really like it. It works for me very well. That's good enough for me. So, we're going to look into these mouse pads. I'm going to go over them real quick, and then we're going to test them. How good are they really? We're going to find out. So first off, I want to explain something to you a little bit. So there are different sizes of mouse pads that you can get. You can get what they call a basically flat mouse pad, which is basically they're just joking on the character. And those are completely flat. There is no bump, and I don't really see the point of them. Then you go up to what they call small. And the Rent a Girlfriend line has 2 of these. They have Mommy and they have Sumi. And as you can see, there is not a very big bump. If you compare this to the Chizuru one that we'll get to, it perfectly makes that scene in Rent a Girlfriend make sense. So these I can kind of understand that you would maybe use these because for one, it's not like your wrist isn't like this, which maybe that is good. I don't know. I've never tried these, but I don't want my wrist to be like that. I want it to be flat, and this is pretty much flat. You have a little bit of support, but that's it. It's not a ton. So maybe these are good. I don't know. We're going to find out. Now, moving on from that, though, you have medium. They didn't do a medium. They had 2 pretty much flat-chested girls, and then they moved up to what they call large, which is Ruka. And this is my favorite because Ruka is my favorite, and it is decently sized. Here, let's compare it to Sumi here. Yeah, so you go from, I mean, if you want to imagine what a medium would look like, just put the middle of this. So there you go. As for this one, I think you're getting into the bit of this is not, like, functional. Like, who would want this? I mean, I want this because of the design. I don't want this for the, like, actual using it. Like, that seems awful, which we're going to test. We're going to test, but we'll see. We'll see. As for a design, that's great. That is fantastic. And so one thing that you might say, well, why do you can only get this design through the mouse pad? You can also get it like this. So there is another way to get these designs. I didn't buy it strictly for the designs. I bought it because I thought it was quite out there in what it is. And these were not easy to find, especially all of them. Like, I was able to get these 2 from a store that ships from Japan pretty easily. And then these 2 were out of stock. And then I was able to finally find this one. And then this was the last one that I found. So they aren't easy to find, especially specific designs. Now, you can buy tons of these on Amazon or whatever. But getting specific designs, they're quite hard to come by because a lot of stores don't even carry them. But anyway, moving on from large, we have what they call large or extra large with Chizuru here. So comparing this one from Chizuru to Ruka, it is not a ton more. Let me try to get it even there. It's not a ton more, but it's definitely there. where you see the biggest thing for me is the in between the like the top of it, or like the gap in between. Like if you can see there, it's more of like a rolling hills. Rolling hills is definitely a way to describe a woman's chest. Rolling hills. This is like peaks and valleys. But anyway, so if you're into the peaks and valleys, then you have Chizuru here. And obviously, so these all use their iconic swimsuits from the anime. These two, or this one and this one, are from season 1. This one is from season 3. So they did go ahead and make this, even though she hadn't worn it by the time this came out. So I do commend them for that. They did take, like, actually reference the manga and anime. That's great. They didn't have to do that. They could have slapped any bikini on it they want to. And specifically with this one, this is, like, iconic for this show. You look up a Rent-A-Girlfriend, top 10 images of mommy is going to be this look, which I like. I like that they're like actually going out of their way to make this patriotic. So without any further ado, we're not going to waste any more time. Let's get right into testing these things. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do something on the computer, and I'm going to see which one do I prefer. And we're going to look into that. So first up, let's do mommy here. Okay, so I am going to have to record this twice, so bear with me here. But, it's a good range of motion here. I don't really like that you can't, you have to leave your wrist where it's at. You can't, move it, because if you do, you're, up off the thing. So if you're a person that doesn't move your mouse around your mouse pad very often, just leaves it in one location and you move your wrist, this would be great for you. It's not bad. I do feel myself kind of not wanting to leave my wrist there. It's just kind of odd. No, it's very odd feeling for this one especially. Let's move on to Ruka here. Let's see if she is any better. Maybe she is, maybe she isn't. I don't know. As I said, I don't have the medium, so I don't know, and I don't have the extra small, and I don't have anything that goes above extra large. So if there is anything above or below that, I don't know, maybe that is the sweet spot, or maybe you want it smaller, or maybe you want it bigger if maybe Chizuru isn't enough. I don't know how this isn't enough. If this isn't enough for you, buddy, there ain't one out there. So next up, Ruka here. Yeah. So I'll say if I was if this was something that I once again, I like to move my mouse around a mouse pad. I like my mouse pad to be bigger. I like it to be able to kind of control what I'm doing with it. If I kept my mouse still, this does help my wrist, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's odd. It is very odd, because obviously you have those that you see at different places to where you can buy it, and it's a long strip, and then you can work your mouse from that. I feel like that would be closer, and they have that for some keyboards. So I feel like that might be better than this, but I don't know. Once again, it's just odd. The rolling hills, not quite up to standard for me, at least. Not a huge fan. Okay, so it's time for the peaks and valleys. Let's see how that turns out here. It's listen to this. That is meaty. There is some weight to that. Okay, so trying this out. I'm not gonna lie, this one works the best. If I was gonna use one of these, this one genuinely feels the best. Because the others feel small enough to where if I was gonna do it, I'd want my mouse to be flat on the mat. But if I'm going to hold it like this, I would rather hold it like this if I was going to use something like this, because at least then I do feel like my hand is going like that. It's not going like that. Like if I'm going to do that, why not just use the mat? So it's like best of both almost. Like if you're, these are trying to be best of both. Like you are trying to not be too big. But if I'm going to go this route and take something like this, why not go all in and go with this? So I don't know. Maybe this is best. I don't know. I'm only using it for a minute. So maybe after time this would hurt my wrist. I don't know. So overall, do I think these things have any use? Maybe. If there's, like I said, it depends on what type of mouse pad you have now and what level of public indecency, maybe that's the right word, I don't know, public shaming, you want to go through to have one of these on your desk. So in the end, these just aren't for me. They had their audience, and like, to be honest, these are neat. The whole concept of these mouse pad, breast pad things is neat. It's a novelty idea. It is a very blatantly sexual idea, but it's a really good idea that whoever came up with has made millions, I hope, because they deserve it. So yeah, it's a great idea, but it's a novelty idea. I don't really see the actual like benefits of something like this. So I don't know. That's for me. As for where I'm going to put these in the collection, well, you're going to have to stay tuned. And if you like and subscribe, then I'll show up some more often in your feed, and you're going to find out what I do with these before long. Because we're going to transform the anime room a little bit, because the Rent-A-Girlfriend shelf has overgrown itself. It is way too small now. And if I want to include these, then we need a new area. So stay tuned for that. We're going to really find a true home for really well done, well crafted works of art like this to properly be displayed. So if you want to see that, don't forget to like and subscribe, and you will see that before too long. But anyway, what size breast is your favorite? Do you prefer big or do you prefer small? Comment down below and let me know, because that is today's question. The age-old question.